everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets, and I wanted to share with you what I got at Michael's last night and today. I had 2 more of those $5 off when you spend $5 or more coupons, so of course I had to go because it was free money. So when I went last night, I went to the other Michael's from the one that I went to earlier this week. And they did have the binder clips that I was looking for. So they originally were $5.99. I used a 50% off AC More coupon on one, and then the other one I used the $5 off one. Well, with the combination of the leftover from the 2, I was able to use the $5 off. And then I also bought this cell phone case cover, and I really like zebra and I love pink, so I just thought that was really cute. It was 99 cents. So they allowed me to use the 50% off, the $5 off, and then a 20% off coupon. So not only was this $4.99, I got $1 off of it. So it's $3.99, $2.50, 99 cents, and then total when it came to taking the $5 off, I paid $2.99 for all of this. So I thought that was such a great deal. So when I went back today, it was a challenge for me to find something that was as good of a deal as I got last night. So now, I really think it depends on the cashier that you get, whether you're allowed to use multiple coupons in one order. Because today when I went back to the exact same Michael's, and the guy told me that I wasn't allowed to use the $5 and the 50% off in the same order. Even though I did it last night, I wasn't allowed to do it today. So I said, okay, fine. So I bought these distress markers, and I bought these separately, and they were originally $17.99, and then when I used either the 50 or the $5 off, because it doesn't matter. They were on sale for $9.99, so I got $5 off of them. So I think they came to like $5.37 or something like that. So really not bad for markers that were originally 18 bucks. So I bought that, and then so for my second order, I bought 2 of these rolls, and they just say Girls Night Out, and they have a little martini glass on them. Now, there are the Celebrated Occasions ribbon, and it doesn't have a price on this, but I feel like these are $4.99 or $5.99. They were 99 cents. They were in the dollar bin in the front with the ribbon, and I thought maybe somebody had actually just placed them in there. They didn't feel like putting them back. So when I got up to the counter, I realized, oh, maybe they really are more expensive, because usually these ones aren't in the clearance or dollar bin. They were on clearance for 99 cents. So pretty good deal for those 2. So $2 for these 2 rolls. And then I picked up this ATG tape. Now this is the archival safe one. So this was $9.99. So either if I use the 50% or the $5 off, I got $5 off of it either way you look at it. So, so when I added up my purchases from last night and tonight, if I had paid full price for the markers, I would have paid more than I paid for everything all together. It was like $17, I think my total came to for all of the stuff on sale, and then the markers were $17.99. So I think I got a pretty good deal out of the whole thing. $10 off in coupons, just the ones for spending money there last week. So I think I got a pretty good deal. You probably will not be seeing many more haul videos from me because I really think that I am done buying things. I will get my Joann's order. I got the tracking yesterday, and I think it said it should be here on Thursday. So sometime by the end of this week, you will see a Joann's haul video from me. I got some stamp sets and a couple of Cricut cartridges, so you'll see that. But then other than that, I don't think that I will be buying anything. So I think I'm done with my good deals unless there's something that I can't pass up again, like paper for $8 for $1. So that was my Michael's purchase. Now, I also wanted to share with you some of the new card designs I've come up with. I've been busy putting away stamps because I got a ton of the new stamps, trying to put together my wire racks, trying to reorganize some things. And while I was doing that, I pulled a bunch of stamp sets to draw some inspiration for. I have a couple of books of card designs, and either they're really specific where I say take one stamp set and draw a design out for that if I really, really wanted to use that stamp set. Other things that I do are just draw sketches of, like if I see something on Pinterest and I like the layout of it, I will put it in my sketchbook and then use it later on, figure out what stamps go into it later on as I'm designing cards. So that's what I've been doing over the past couple of days, but I have had some time to create a couple of designs, so I wanted to show them to you. One of the things that I really am getting into now is making my own patterned paper backgrounds. So these first two cards are ones that I've made the paper for. So this is the first one, and it's a mixture of two different stamp sets. One is this Technique Tuesday, and it's called Eat Chocolate, and I used the kisses and the sentiment from it. And then this other one is it's from My Cute Stamps, and I don't know what the stamp set's name is. It might be the I Love Chocolate. That might be the name of the stamp set. But on this one, I used the chocolate-covered pretzel, the chocolate-covered strawberry, and the chocolate-covered cherries. So what I did was this is a 4 by 5.5 inch card base. So I stamped out the kisses first in the Stays On Timber Brown ink on the top and the bottom. And then I filled it in next with the strawberries, and then the cherries, and then the pretzels. And then I realized that the background looked a little bit empty, so I went through my stamp set and spent these little circle designs that I thought were really cute that kind of mimic the cherries, and just stamped them all over the background. And then I felt it needed a little bit more, and I used, if you'll see this again, from this stamp set from the Paper Studio, there's a little period right here, and I used that and inked it up in the blazing red Stays On ink, and then just put dots all around just to fill up some of that little white space. So then I took a couple of different colors of my red Spectrum Noir markers, and the ones that I believe I used was CR8, CR11, CR10, and DR5. So use those, and then just went around and colored in and did a little bit of shading, and just to make the cherries and the strawberries look red. And then on the inside, I cut out a square piece of the white cardstock, and then I used my corner chomper, the designer edged one. So this one, I used the cloud edge of this corner chomper and went around all four sides and chomped the corners, and then I used some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink around the edges of it, and then backed it with a piece of brown cardstock, the same cardstock that I backed this with. And I ran this piece through the Cuttlebug in my squares folder, and I didn't realize that you weren't going to be able to see that much of it. I thought I cut it a little bit bigger, but it actually looks like a chocolate bar behind it, so that was the reason that I did it. So that's my Keep Calm and Eat Chocolate card. So the second one that I did the coloring in with, did this one. And this is from that same Technique Tuesday stamp set, the Eat Chocolate. I used Keep Calm and Recharge and this little battery down here. So what I did was, after I cut out all the cardstock, I just took the battery and just went around and stamped it in all different positions. And then I took several different colors of the green markers. I used DG2, CG1, and CG2. I'm sorry, not distress markers, the Spectrum Noir markers. I think I said distress markers. And then just went ahead and colored them in. Just picked a couple and started and colored, and then I used the middle size square rectangle deckled edge nestability die, ran that through the Cuttlebug with the same green that backs this piece, and then used my jet black Stays On ink and used the sentiment Keep Calm and Recharge and put it on there, and then the interior is blank. So I really liked doing this. This was a lot of fun to do the pattern paper. Oh, and also if you noticed that period, I inked it up in some forest green Stays On ink and just put dots all around the back. I really like doing that because it goes, especially when you have real little stamps like this, you can make that pattern paper, and it's really easy to do, because if you just kind of stamped one on there, it would get lost. So it was just nice to make a background. So that's the second one that I made. The next card that I made is this card, and this comes from the Wild Card cartridge, Cricut cartridge, and it's from page 58, and it's this telephone. I also cut the envelope. So one of the tips here is cut the envelope first. Load your Cricut mat into your machine, and then hit fit to page and hit the envelope, and it'll tell you what size it'll cut to. This one cuts to 5 1/4. Now I did cut the envelope out at 5 1/4, and here's what it looks like. I cut it on some nice strong paper, so it is a nice sturdy envelope. However, cutting the card at 5 1/4, it does not fit in there. So it's like exactly the same size. So I will make this card probably again and cut the card out at about 5 inches, and it should fit in there. No big deal, but this cut at 5 1/4 inches fits into a 4 by 5 1/2 inch envelope, and I had a couple extra of those lying around, so that was really easy. It was a really easy fix. So it does fit in a regular envelope, which is fine. So I cut out the card base in black, and then I accidentally cut this frame in the brown because I assumed that was the one that goes on the front of the card. Well, it doesn't. It cuts out huge. So actually, it's this teeny tiny one down here that says liner. That's the one that cuts out to the front. This. So I cut that at 5 1/2, and then I also cut out the cord at 5 1/2 and glued those on. So if I didn't put this white piece of paper back here, you really couldn't see the phone. Everything kind of just blended in. So I know that there's a liner on here, but I had a spare piece of white scrap paper that was just lying around, and it was almost the exact same size. So I took my teal corner rounder, and I used the 1/2 inch side and just rounded the corners on this. And then I used a stamp from one of my Gina K designs. It's Just Calling to Say Hi, just Calling to Say is what it's called. And then I use the sentiment, just calling to say birthday wishes today. So I inked that up in Stays On Jet Black ink and put it on there. So that's the phone card that I made. And then the last card that I made is using another Gina K design stamp sets. It's called Blessing from Above. And this is what it looks like. Basically just used it basically the same way that they did. So what I did was, this is a 4 by 5 1/2 inch card as well. Lined it with some black cardstock. And then I don't know if you can see it. It's very, very faint. There's a pink layer, which is 1/8 of an inch smaller. And then this designer paper is 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. The designer paper was really thin, so I wanted a couple layers to back it up. So then what I did was I just cut the pink pieces and then back them with 1/8 of an inch larger black piece, and then stamped in the jet black Stays On ink. And then what I did was I just took some markers that I had and colored around, and they are just plain regular markers that I got from Michael's. They're ones that you can use on stamps as well. So, and then the white part for the stork, I colored that in with an American Crafts white marker that I had that was lying around. And then you can color right over it, and it's a little bit translucent so you could see the lines below it for his wing. But then I went over with the gel black, a black gel pen, and put the dash lines back in so you could see them a little bit better. So that was the card that I made, and the interior is blank. So those are just a couple of designs that I've come up with. I did a bunch of sketches last night, so I have a bunch more to work on today. I also watched a video on how to do a gatefold mini, so I want to try that as well. And I also want to use my Mini Books Cricut cartridge that I just got the other day. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start working on some more projects, and hopefully the next time I see you guys, I will have a bunch of brand new things to show you, and hopefully they will not be products, they will be projects. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.